Okay, this skill is for skill, it's a condensed version, so there's multiple skills. 148 400, 148 300. This is what it looks like on the computer. You could be given a graph, a table, a question of how much revenue. You could be asked to write a you could be asked to write an equation. You might be given an equation and you have to write the revenue amount and graph it. There's various things you may have to do. Okay, you might be given a graph and you might have to write how much revenue. So I'm going to do one on paper and then I'm going to do some on the computer. So this is what it looks like on the paper. You might get something like this. Sheila is buying cupboards. She has $4 on each to spend. So I always put 00 first. That's a given dot. That means that dot would be right here. Now it says she purchased one cupboard for $4. They want me to fill in the equation, so I keep it easy. That means 4 divided by 1 is 4. The relationship is times 4. So my equation, remember, we always put the y first. This is my y, this is my x. I know that's horrible, but y equals, I find that relationship by dividing y by x. K is the word for constant, y divided by x. 4 divided by 1 is 4. So it's 4x, meaning whatever I find x to be, if I substitute it in, y equals 4 times 2. So y equals 8. That's my equation. I would graph this. I'd come over here, 1, 4, and I could do that on the computer. Okay, another one. So here you were given a sentence. This one, again, we're given a sentence. She's selling tires. The graph shows the revenue. So here we're given the graph. So we have to look for one. I like to find a place where it crosses. Maybe right there, and it would say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my relationship here is $6 for 3 tires. So I come down here. I'm going to do the table first. 0, 0, 6 tires. No, sorry. 3 tires cost $6. Oops, you can't see that. I'm going to do the table first. 3 tires cost $6. Well, that relationship, if I take y divided by 3, is times 2. So if I put 4 here, that means I would pay $8 for those. Okay? Now, the relationship here, the cost for one, y equals 2x. What that means is if I bought one, I'd pay $2. So the revenue is how much money we make for each. So that's $2. You just have to put that into the computer. Okay. So let me show you some of those on the computer to see what that looks like, and you get a variety. So this one, they gave us the table and they ask a few questions. So this one says 5 magazines cost $25. So I'm going to do 25 divided by 5. That tells me the relationship is $5 each. So the relationship shows me the revenue, $5 each. Check that off. We're good to go. Now I need to graph it. Remember, so that relationship of 5 means y equals 5x. My first one is at 0, 0. One magazine costs $5. When I put that on, I can't do. I have to come down here and do it at 1, 1 and move my dot up to 1, 5. It will allow you to put your dot closer. And I can move it left or right. That looks a little high. I can move it left or right if I need to. There's my graph. Okay, so that one asked me for revenue and the graph. This one I'm given the equation. Win is buying pencils. The equation shows how the total cost depends upon the number of pencils purchased. Complete the graph to show how much Win would spend. So y equals 10x means I put my first 0, 0. Now if I could, I would put it at 10, 110, but I can't. I have to come down here. It will let you do it though on your computer. Come up here to 110. so much quicker when you can do it right at 110. So that it means 110. How did I know that? That 10x right there tells me that 10x right there tells me that my relationship is 110. Now it wants to know how much does each pencil cost. Well, it told that 10 is how much each one costs. So I put in 110, put in $10. That, okay, could ask me that question. Okay, same there. It gave me a relationship, y equals 8x. So come down here and put my 1. I move it up to 8x because 1 costs $8. Coming up here. We're almost done with this. This will be the last example. There's 1/8. I'm going to check that. When I have a table to fill in, I always put 0, 0 first. Then my relationship for 1 was 1 for $8. I keep it simple. 2, 8 divided by 1 is 8. So 2 times 8 is 16. That means 2 desks cost $16. I check it. Revenue means how much for each one. I put in a dollar sign and $8. Good to go there. Okay. Sometimes you may have to write an equation too. I'm trying to find one. Here's one. Write an equation. So we always put the y first. The y column is this column here. In this case, it's cost. 35 divided by 7 35 divided by 5 tells me that each one costs 7. So the relationship is 7x, gives you the proportion. Then the revenue, how much does each piglet cost? Is that 7? Dollar sign 7. So again, this is skill code 1484800.